Meta just released a paper announcing their new generative AI edition called IMAGEBIND, which is a multimodal AI tool that's meant to generate information on a prompt in 6 different modes. This is an amazing project from Meta, and I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot better in the coming days. It's important to highlight that Meta has quite a strategy in staying on top of its game in the face of this AI race that's now heating up. Most major players have already focused and done so much in the aspect of natural language generation, and any other new player that wants to take that same route will have to struggle a whole lot to come out at the top, as the advancements at the moment are really crazy. And I'm guessing this is what Meta took into consideration before starting their own stuff. They've been heavily invested in computer vision, which is something a lot more different from what others are doing, which means less competition. And to add to that, they've been making these programs open source, which means anyone can tap into its resources and make amazing things. I did mention that IMAGEBIND is a multimodal embedding model that combines data from 6 modalities, which is way above what you can find in most generative AI models. These modalities include images, video, text, audio, thermal imaging, depth, and IMUs. And for you to know why I think Meta is quite ahead with this, ChatGPT 4 is still very much limited to image-to-text prompts, as are other models. There are, however, some unconfirmed rumors that it will soon include a video feature. So this new product from Meta can be a game changer in this race. Hopefully it paves the way for other models to include these features. In case this isn't clear, it means that IMAGEBIND can learn to represent the same object or scene in different ways, such as how it looks, sounds, and feels. This is a significant advance over previous AI models, which were typically trained on data from a single modality. And truth be told, if we're truly serious about reaching AGI someday, these additions are prerequisites that need to be added sooner than later. And this will be pretty insane when we eventually have things running optimally. IMAGEBIND uses a technique called self-supervised learning. This means that IMAGEBIND learns to represent the data without being explicitly told what to do. Instead, when IMAGEBIND is given a task according to what it offers, by solving these tasks, IMAGEBIND learns to represent the data in a way that is useful for future tasks that are similar. The whole idea here is to mimic the human thought process. For humans, merely seeing an image will invoke certain thoughts buried in our consciousness about the thing we're seeing, which goes a long way to inform how we react to things. So Meta is replicating this with IMAGEBIND. I'm not really sure, but I think Meta has its eyes on being very relevant when it comes to physical robots. They've been developing programs that tend to mimic the cognitive processes that humans have, which is really important for physical robots. One other is IMAGEBIND, which is a step up in computer vision technology. It basically processes whatever is shown to it in the same fashion as a human would. I have a whole video on this, and the link will be in the description. The first thing you'll see in the paper on this generative AI are the demos already carried out by the developers of the program. And these are really impressive and will come in really handy, especially when integrated into various specialized applications. The first example is the sound made by fire, which you can see was able to trigger an image representation of the audio and even a video representation. And it continues to show the depth and finally a text description of what the AI likens that sound to. It's important to note that the generated results are not likely to show certain specifics. For example, if you upload audio of a dog, the image that will be generated won't be likely accurate to the breed. This model works by comparing prompts to the variety of data available to the AI and picking the most likely. And it seems it builds on that prediction foundation that ChatGPT and other LLMs are built on. The text generated from the first prompts show a variety of possibilities that fit the audio prompt. The same is applicable to the images under box 3. The first generated set of text describes the audio as a fire crackles while a pan of food is frying on the fire. Then the second says fire is crackling, then the wind starts blowing. And the third, firewood crackles, then music. With these options, the user can easily pick the one that best describes the audio and goes with it. These are really impressive stuff with some practical uses. Also, there's this crazy feature that allows you to upload 2 prompts from 2 different modalities to generate a result that includes effects from the 2 prompts. And that's what we have right here in image 2. They call this feature embedding space arithmetic. You can see that the combination of the image of a flamingo and a wave sound automatically generates an image of the flamingo by the ocean. These are really crazy capabilities. I think Meta has made a bold statement with this one. The good thing about AI is that newer models always tend to perform better than similar older models. This shouldn't be a surprise to anyone because of the training method adopted in making these models. They're bound to learn over time, which provides more resources for the training of even better models. And ImageBind requires no supervision for it to carry out these tasks. This model is expected to get much better with usage, and hopefully soon enough, this AI will be able to beat the expectations that we already have. I'll show you some of these demos that are really impressive. We just have these images which have nothing extra to them, and the AI was able to generate the sound that's most likely to fit with each of these images. And this is the official website for the project, and you can just select demos from the menu and get to try some of these yourself. And you can also look at demos that cover all the features by selecting what you want from the drop-down menu. Now, this project has some really amazing real-life potential benefits to users, and some of the possible applications are just amazing. The most obvious use here is that this will surely be a great tool for creatives, especially when looking for ideas to apply to a work or something. Then secondly, this will be a great tool to assist in creating some helpful applications for people with certain disabilities that affect some of the senses, like the deaf and blind. I just can't really wait to see AI being used to make life a whole lot better for people. And this doesn't mean we should be oblivious to some of the dangers that come with it, but I think precautions and regulations will certainly be in place to mitigate the risks. ImageBind has a number of other potential benefits. For instance, it could be used to improve the accuracy of image search, image generation, and machine translation. It could also be used to create new applications such as virtual reality experiences that are more immersive and realistic. Taking regular experiences up a notch has always been the core purpose of AI. I mean, they're basically designed to do a whole lot better than we humans when it comes to carrying out tasks. However, ImageBind is still under development, and it's not yet clear how it will perform on real-world tasks. Additionally, ImageBind is a large model, which means that it requires a lot of computational resources to train and run, which has been the case with every other similar model like ChatGPT. But further advancements seem to be taking us towards models that are much smaller and more efficient. We already have Orca and Palm 2, which will be coming in different sizes. And this means that they'll get to accommodate smaller devices and even operate offline. You can check out our videos on these models. The link will be in the description. Despite these limitations, ImageBind is a promising new technology with the potential to revolutionize the way we interact with computers. By learning to represent data from multiple modalities, ImageBind can provide a more holistic understanding of the world around us. This could lead to new applications in a variety of fields such as image search, image generation, and machine translation. This model was trained on a dataset of over 100 million images and videos, as well as text, audio, thermal imaging, depth, and IMU data. And this will eventually grow with the user base, as is the case with every other generative AI, which means they get better over time. The model uses a hierarchical architecture that consists of multiple encoders and decoders, which prepares the platform for the prompts to be transmitted and processed according to the desired output. The model was evaluated on a variety of tasks, including image retrieval, image generation, and machine translation, and the performance has been really mind-blowing. ImageBind is a significant advance in multimodal learning with the potential to revolutionize the way we interact with computers by providing a more explicit understanding of the world around us. I'm excited to see how ImageBind is used in the future. I know many people will have different ideas on how to make the best out of this tool, and I'll really love to hear what you have in mind in the comments. The world of generative AI is getting very much amazing by the day, and I'll always do my best to keep you up to date with the trends. That'll be all for this video. See you in the next one.